Today I'm painting Kinje from Simon Games Project Elite. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. So Kinje is primed with Uniform Gray from the Army Painter, and pretty much nothing is going to stay gray on this minifigure actually. So I don't know why I primed her this color. Just ease because I was painting other ones. So I start off with Oozing Purple. Normally you would use this for oozing parts, but no, she has a very light purple shirt on, and also I never used it, I don't think, before this color actually, so I wanted to see what it looked like, and it looks really nice on this miniature. Alright, we're moving on to Gorgon Hide. This is like a bluish gray color. I just picked this up recently, so I've never used it either. And this is for her trousers, pants, and it was a little lighter than I thought. But she does like have like a bluish kind of jean on. I could have went with a different color completely, but I figured this is going to work, and with a wash later on it's going to come out really nice. Just a quick question, does anyone else have a hard time painting female miniatures, you know, when it comes to like their butts and like the breasts? Because I find it's like violating them in some way because I'm a man. But anyways, I know it's weird to say, but I've always been like hesitant when I'm painting those areas, but you gotta do it, right? Alright, now for her boots and some straps, we're going to use leather brown from Zombicide's Black Plague paint set. You can also use the regular leather brown from their Warpaints range. I just didn't have that one, I had the Black Plague one, so we're using that. Or any other nice brown you can use too. I mean, Vallejo and Citadel have some nice leather colors as well, so you can use those. So like I said, this is for her boots, the straps, and for her bracers on her arms. Alright, we're going to be using a beautiful Azure Magic, which is a light blue color for her blade. You couldn't see it on the artwork, so I asked my wife what she thought would be nice, and she said, oh, a nice blue would be nice. It makes it look like almost like a laser sword, and I agreed with it. Then I used some Night Scales, which is another metallics color from the Army Painter, and this is just to finish like the hold of the gun, like what's holding on to the to her arm and stuff. So it gives it a final metallic shine on that too. Now we're moving on to some tanned flesh, and flesh colors don't necessarily need to be used for flesh. I mean, this is going to be used for her dress, her garments, and the thing around her neck. And later on I'm going to add an effect to it because I noticed like what's around her neck is almost like it was like old metal or dirty metal or something like that. So I changed that up a little bit, and I also put that effect on this part of her clothing, and it turns out really nice actually. Alright, now we're using Combat Fatigues from the Army Painter, and I actually noticed when I was at this part, I was like, oh wait, part of her shirt was supposed to be light green, so where that Oozing Purple was, I had to pass over it again. And that's fine. I also use this on the gun. Now again, I was trying new settings with my camera. This is the Pro setting, and it was trying to focus too much on the background instead of what was in the foreground, which is kind of weird actually. So I've since then stopped using that setting on my camera because it just keeps going out of focus every time. Like, it stays still, it would try and focus on the background. Anyways, I hope you don't mind, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video anyways. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Alright, so now we're going to be doing some of her skin, which is Goblin Skin from the Zombicide Green Horde paint set. This is also Hemp rope from their Warpaint range. Sorry about that. So she had this like yellowish skin tone on her arms, hands, and the bottom part of her face. And I struggled with that face because it was, if I had done her face white and then used maybe some contrast paints in there to wet blend the face into, like, from the jaw to the head to the top of the head, I think it would have came out so much nicer. I do fix her up a little bit off camera because I really didn't look like at all what it came out looking. I mean, she looks like almost like a bandit with really bad makeup on, and you're gonna see that coming up right now with the Ethereal Spectre. Look at that. It just looks like a really bad makeup job. I mean, okay, the flesh wash helps a little bit after, but I clean this up off camera at the end, and you'll see it a bit more on the last picture. Now we're going to be using some Ancient Mummy, which is from the D&D's Marvelous Pigments paint, and this is a unique paint in that set, and this is just for a strip of her hair. And moving on to her hair more is Lava Orange. Now she had reddish orange and a yellow color in her hair. So I do fix that up whenever I do the wash later, and this lava orange goes on pretty thin, so it needed a couple layers on it just to hide that gray as much as possible, but it's still pretty good as a color. So Invader Shader from Zombicide Invader paint set, this is actually just like the dark tone wash. But I only have a little bit left of this Invader Shader, and I figured I might as well use that before going into the dark tone wash that I have as well. So I pretty much put this on the entire miniature. Yes, I noticed some spots that are very globby. I do clean them up a bit after, but you really want to get that into the recesses. So you try and put on enough, and then you take some off with another brush just to clean that up a bit. And then I move on to Military Shader from the Army Painter, and of course this is for her gun where I use that combat fatigues. I've done that in other videos. And here comes the flesh wash to do the face and the hair. For some reason that yellow mummy robes really got covered up with that, and I don't know why. As you can see, I'm trying to look at that face and I'm like, oh. And now I'm using that dry rust effect. And this is where I use it on that collar around her neck, and really, it's because she had like this really, it was like old and drabby. So I decided to use this also like on her skirt part here, just to give it that same orange color, and it's actually not bad. So it's not great, but hey, sometimes you just want to get these miniatures to the table. And I finish off with a red tone, which is a quick shade wash for the hair, just to get that red in it. And there you go, Kinje is all painted and ready to fight the aliens. Thanks for watching, have a good day, and we'll see you all next time.